Thank you, Michael. It is my deep and abiding privilege and really an honor to represent you in the California State Assembly right now. I had never run for any political office prior to running in 2010. I saw what was happening in our state. I saw that our assemblyman had voted, he broke his pledge, he voted to raise our taxes. And as soon as he did that, it became very apparent to me that they would do it again, and again, and again, and it would be the only solution to our problems in the state of California is raise your taxes, stick it to us, instead of actually curbing our spending, trying to grow our economy, by cutting some of the regulations and changing the business climate in California, changing the way California is viewed. And, as you guys know, I got elected, and I did it by walking door to door. I did it by meeting people and, in many cases, stealing their ideas with their permission, Aaron. And it was funny because I came back here and I was talking to Aaron in the back and saying, I took your idea and put it into legislation, and it just passed out of the committee 10-0. And that's an awesome feeling to be able to come back to the community and say that. Now, I'm employing some tactics to see if we can get that bill a little further along. It's a bill that just says that the Board of Equalization has to pay the exact same rate of interest to you if they're wrong, that you have to pay to them if you're wrong, and you pay later. It's just fairness. I mean, this was a bill that was carried by Speaker Willie Brown years ago. I mean, we've done that all the way through from the Great Depression on. Another idea that I took to the governor, I had a 10-minute conversation with Governor Brown one day, and I said, why do we have to pay overtime after 8 hours? And I picked up that idea from Aaron in the campaign, and it seemed like such a simple ask. It's a small ask. There's broad agreement on both sides of the aisle on that, but they don't do anything about it. So, employees don't have the flexibility to work 4 10-hour days. And I see Rory nodding because you're thinking, we just talked about this when you came up to the Capitol, and it's ridiculous. It's like you don't own your own business anymore. It's as if the government has somehow put in all that blood, sweat, and tears in capital. And so anyway, I think my goal is to continue to bring common sense from the people, from us, to the government. And we've had a small amount of success. We've had a lot of success with getting a message out there, outside the building, with being able to leverage the media, which is a powerful thing, because this debate is not going to be heard by only those who attended it, even though I'm appreciative of all of you who've come. It's going to be heard by everyone who reads the paper, who watches the video. It's going to be heard by a lot more people who then talk about what they read or saw in the video, and so the message will get out there much further than just this room. So I think leveraging the media is an important thing. I look forward to continuing the fight. I look forward to your input into my campaign, and thank you, Godspeed.
Thank you, Tim. At this time, John Coffey was going to give his statement. He promised me on the phone that he would send me a statement, and unfortunately, as of 4 o'clock this afternoon, when I came over here, it had not arrived, so I have no statement to read. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Bill Jahn, and he's going to have his opening comments.
Thank you, Mike. I want to first, I'd like to thank all of the sponsors that put on this event tonight for giving Mr. Donnelly and I an opportunity to explain our differences on how we feel the state of California, and more importantly, the new 33rd Assembly District should be represented. For over a century, California was defined by its robust economy, its proven ground for new technologies, and its excellence in government. Our standard of living, which was second to none, included our roads, our schools, our water infrastructure, and an economy that was once 7th and some would argue 6th in the world. But tonight, we are looked upon as a disaster from 49 other states. from our budget and spending policies, to our business climate, to our schools, our roads, our water, our transportation infrastructure, and so much more. For too long, nothing has changed for the betterment of our state. Unfortunately, we Republicans have sent some to Sacramento who have no ability to move the pro-jobs, pro-taxpayer, and pro-business agenda forward. Well, tonight, we're at a place where we cannot continue the non-performance. We cannot afford to failure any longer. Our state, our economy, our schools, our quality of life, all depend on a legislature that addresses these key issues. We Republicans must send people to the legislature who can move the agenda forward and make real change. Look, I'm a small business owner. I'm a successful mayor. I'm a job creator. I know how to get things done. I've done it all my life, starting as a young man in my first few days in the United States Navy, where I was assigned to a construction battalion, better known as the Seabees. I'm running for assembly because we're at a make or break point in our state. And I don't see any current legislator anywhere close to addressing our needs. If we are to save our state from continued economic and financial disaster, then it is time for real change. I challenge Mr. Donnelly, who has laid claim to this seat. I challenge him to explain what his accomplishments have been for the last year and a half. Has he reduced business regulations? Has he reduced business taxes? Reduced unemployment? Reduced California's structural deficit? Repealed the DREAM Act? Or anything? Quite honestly, those of us who depend on an improved economy, better schools, improved infrastructure, and are concerned over the state's mounting debt have nothing to show for it after paying Mr. Donnelly's salaries, his expenses, and his per diem for almost 2 years. I say it's time for change, and that's why I'm running for the 33rd Assembly District. And I'm here tonight to ask for your support, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak before all of you, and God bless all of you for being here. Thank you.